Hello everybody. Hi, I'm Amy Surman and we are going to be doing another jewellery session this morning. I will let people sign up for the session and then we'll get started looking at stretchy bracelets. So I'm just going to make sure I've got everything that I want to show you. Morning. I'm just getting some bits together, making sure I'm all ready for when we start. A couple of people are signing up. Hi, morning everybody. Okay, I think I'm a little bit late starting anyway, actually, this morning, 5 minutes late. So I'm going to get started. It's going to be a really quick, simple session this morning, to be honest. So I'm Amy Surman of the Oxford. Good rustling noises. I know, that's all the bead, Janina. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm Amy Surman of the Oxford Bead Shop, Amy Surman School of Jewellery. And due to the coronavirus, COVID-19, I have transferred all of my knowledge through Facebook Live rather than standing in front of a class in my workshop, which will be open again at some point, I'm pleased to say. Hopefully, it should be. So I'm working on the programme starting from kind of after the summer actually. So we'll have a little look at that and I'll get that out to you all because I'm sure everyone will be raring to go on getting involved in workshops and things like that once all this is over. Okay, this morning we are going to be looking at stretchy bracelets using a stretchy cord. I call them simple stretchy stacking bracelets because they're great piled up on the wrist, lots of them together. So I've got some packs of beads in the shop that we've put together in all different colourways, some really lovely kind of neutral colours, and then all these kind of deep pinks and lovely olives there. We've got some nice bright ones. We've got all sorts, some pearlies and goldy ones, blacks and golds together. Look at all these. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so in those packs, there are all different types of beads. There are some semi-precious, there are some Indian, some check, some glass pearls, some crystal, all sorts of different things in these packs. And what they're really nice for is making up these lovely little bracelets. So you can see that I've made one out of a pack and I've got some beads left in the pack as well. So one pack will make up a bracelet for you. And what I've used to thread this on is something called Stretch Magic, or it's also called elasticity. Now I sell it in the shop in reels and it's called elasticity. I'm actually out of stock at the moment, but I have got this that I'm selling in meters, or I'm selling it with a bag of these beads, okay? So the bag of beads with the cord, I'm selling at £4. So that will make up one bracelet. And it's got all, so they're limited quantities because I've only got these ones. What we do is we start by cutting that into a 30 centimetre length. So I've got my ruler here. Don't stretch it out, so make sure it's not stretched. Cut that into 30 centimetres, either using your side cutters or you can use a pair of scissors. It cuts really, really easily. So then the other cool little tool that I've got that I've introduced you to before is our bead stopper. All right, so we flex the back of that and we can pop it onto the end there. And now it means I can thread my beads up and it'll stop the beads from falling off the end, okay? Now you're probably thinking 30 centimetres is a lot for a bracelet, and in fact what you need to do is you want to make sure that it's longer than what you need because it's way easier doing the knot at the end if you're working with a longer piece of cord. If it's too short, it's way too fiddly. And for the extra few pence, it's just not worth the hassle of it. So here's one that I did earlier, like I showed you, and I've already threaded it up. Really simple, just threaded it straight on. I've got a few more beads to put on. It's stiff enough that you can literally just thread it through the beads. Okay, you don't need a needle, you don't need to thread it onto anything, you can just literally thread it straight up. Now what I've done here, you'll see, is I've actually put a little sparkly one in between all the bigger ones. I've tried to split these out a bit. It's not like exactly round the other side. It's all of a bit of a random kind of mixture there, but that's what I quite like. I thought that would make quite a nice little bracelet. The other thing that's important when you're doing this is to make sure that where you're going to tie your knot at the end, you've got a bigger holed bead. Now these beads have got bigger holes in them. So I've made sure that I've put that at the end, because then when I tie my knot, hopefully I can tuck my knot up inside that bead. So that's a really good little tip. Make sure you look through your beads and the one that's got the biggest hole, put there. Now, if you're working with a set of beads, say if you wanted to string up pearls, for instance, pearls have got really small holes. This stuff, the stretchy stuff, comes in all different sizes. I sell it in the shop in 1mm and 0.5mm, and I find that pretty much covers most bead sizes. The 0.5mm is very fine and you feel like it's going to break, but actually it is okay. I would definitely use that if I was using pearls. With these glass beads, I've used this 1mm. But like I say, what you want to make sure is whenever you tie the knot, you can tuck it up inside a bead, okay? So there it is, all strung up. Now, what I would do with that as well is make sure that it fits the wrist. So what you want to do, hold it around your wrist and make sure that the beads touch without any gap in the beads, okay? So make sure that the beads are touching without any gap at all. What you don't want it to look like is, let me do it so it's too small, like that. You see how it's pulling and then I've got gaps in my beads. So if it was like that, so say if I made it too short and I was pulling it up like that, look at the gaps that I've got. I don't want gaps in the beads, okay? You want to make sure that when the beads are touching, there's no gaps and it's got a nice movement to it. Ooh, I'm a bit close actually. I pulled you a bit closer to me today. There we go, okay? Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to use this tool, which we have pretty much used in about 90% of the sessions that I've shown you. So it's a really good little tool. And actually, I knew I used it a lot, but I didn't realise I used it for pretty much everything that I make. So definitely one of your tools for your kit, a needle tool. Sell them at £3 and 10p in the shop. Okay, there we go. Now, I've levelled those beads out so they're sitting in the middle. Let's make sure they are a little bit, shuffle over there a bit, like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold both pieces together. Then I'm going to tie my knot. So I'm going around my fingers there. Look, can you see the knot there? The hole. And I'm going to take both pieces of cord up through. Can you see that? Ish. Just about. Yeah. I'm going to show you again. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking both pieces of cord together. I then tie the knot. So it's sitting like that. Okay, I'll take pictures of this so I can show you again afterwards on my tutorial post. Okay, needle tool then goes into that little gap of the hole of the knot there. So there's my knot and I'm going to put that into the knot like that. Because then, look what I can do. I can pull it all the way down. So this follows on from the knotting workshop that we did actually. So pull it all the way down. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull out with that hand, pull back with this hand, pull out with that hand, pull back with this hand. Make sure it's nice and tight down towards the bead. Pull this out and then pull these out. Nice and steady. And by pulling these out, what you're doing is you're securing that knot down towards the beads. I'm really tugging on that, really stretching it out. There we go. All right. Now that should be knotted. People always struggle knotting this stuff because it is tricky. If you were to just bring it in like this and knot it, it just undoes. So that's what you need to do. Hold both pieces together and then knot it. All right. Then what I'm going to do, another little tip here, is to take one end and thread it through your big hold bead like that. So look, so then I've got one end out, there's my knot, and I've got two ends through my big hold bead. Then I'm going to use a tiny little bit of clear nail varnish on my knot, both sides, like so. Oh, I'm off to the side, sorry. There. Oh, can't get the lid back on, there we go. And then I'm going to pull that bead over that knot. Look at that, perfectly sits inside. And let's snip the ends off. So before I do anything else, I've just pulled that over there, and then I'm going to snip that end off, and I'm going to snip that end off. There you go, done. So my knot is tucked up inside that little hole in that bead. All right, there we go. Simple, really, really simple. Great for using up oddments of beads. Like I described them as stacking bracelets, because you can make lots of them, stack them all up together, nice and easy to put on and off, easy to wear in the summer. Fantastic. There you go. Okay, that's it today. Just a nice little quick one for you. I have got some little videos that I want to put up. If you want to order any of these, I'm going to be putting a post up after this with all the different colours available. I haven't got multiple packs of things, and they're all completely individual. So I'm going to put some posts up, and you can see which ones you would like. And then if you wanted to order any of this, I can just pop that straight in the post for you. So have a little look at my website, www.amysurman.com, and head over to my Facebook page as well, and there's all sorts of information on there. Just so you know, all these videos that I've been doing, I've been posting onto my Amy Surman, the Oxford Bead Shop page, because then it goes all into my videos, so you can see all of the videos in there, rather than having to scroll through on this page. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that this morning. Really simple. I'm back on again in a couple of days, and we're going to be doing a little wire work project, for something for the window, rainbows for the window, supporting the NHS. So keep well, everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks, bye.